I don't
When
even
is
care
this
about
testing
121
usually?
anymore.
Not
I don't even
lower?
care about, that's we can add numbers there. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think we go to all-time high and then we crumble a bit.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree because it goes my way.
Oh, wait.
Me too. Yeah.
I agree because that confirms my existing bias, right?
Exactly.
Osborne,
Also
did you
because
see
it would make me
did you see
richer.
OM pumping? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I saw when pumping. I shorted the pump at the very, very top, by the way. Not a flex, but it was a plan that I shared probably a month ago on my Twitch stream and also on CRG Discord. I was expecting a scam pump at some point because it was weird to leave that supply behind, that huge supply behind. And yeah, it pumped right through it. If you look at daily time frame, I think it was based on daily time frame. Yeah, daily.
But the project is still alive. Is there something behind OM?
I had news from someone close to the project, and yeah, it's still alive. The team is trying hard. The team is trying very hard to get back on track, but they are struggling. The thing is, it's all because of the. Well, I'm not gonna go too far into the details, but it's because of the fund that was behind the pump, from the very lows at 0.10 to like $10 almost. Like their behavior has been extremely shady. I think you noticed, right? The 99% dump.
Yeah, sure.
And so nobody wants to work with them anymore in the UAE. Yeah.
Man, a market maker cannot even dump anymore. What's this?
All right, boys. I think we're gonna kick things off. So yeah, how many we got in here? Okay, we got nearly 40. That's fine. All right, welcome to. I think this is number 5, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong though, so we're probably just gonna lose count very soon. So, but I think this is number 5, episode number 5 of our Chroma Team Market Roundtable. And for those maybe who haven't been on these VCs before. I know we got a lot of new members recently, especially from CRG. Welcome. In this, we usually talk through some charts. We look at the most important charts. We look at charts that you guys want us to look at. We give our takes on the market, hot takes, cold takes, whatever, on where we see the market going kind of over the next week in particular, but also some higher time frame views as well. And just kind of give our thoughts. It's a pretty loose discussion, and I want to emphasize that word discussion. It's not just us on a stage talking to an audience. I want you guys to participate. If you have questions, type them in the chat. If you want to put up your hand and unmute your mic, or just unmute your mic when you hear a gap in the conversation, that's completely fine. I encourage it. I would love to get your thoughts and your input as well, and make this a real valuable back and forth conversation. That goes for if you have the same opinion as us, if you have a different opinion to us, that's all good because that's contributing to the discussion. Nothing wrong with having a different take on the market or different views on where you see price going. So with that in mind, I see Jonesy is sharing a chart right now. So I'm going to kick things off with you, Jonesy. Do you have any hot takes on the market? Where do you see BTC going from here? What's your current bias?
So for the short to midterm, definitely bullish. I'm in a long from down lower. I think we see a retest of true monthly open, 120K in the least. There's a lot of highs kind of built up above. So if we actually probably go down to H1, it's basically just kind of like range bound PA, where we've kind of like set the low of the week, or low of the range, high of the range. So to me, this is almost kind of like an original consolidation. You do distribution, smart money reversal, and now it's accumulating. So I'm looking for kind of that next leg up here. I think then you probably chop range around here. Maybe we see another push up above all-time high, but I ultimately think we end up coming back down ranging. It's to be seen whether or not we'll fill this daily fair value gap. I wouldn't be surprised to see it eventually, like either like a quick wick and be a reversal, or spend some time down here. But I think as long as you're above 112K, I'm still high time frame bullish. I think short to midterm, definitely like bullish range bound as we come up above 120. And then I think once you lose that true monthly open level, which is, yeah, basically 120 and or the ice line at 119,600, I'd then be looking for shorts down somewhere into the range. And then if you get lucky and could play the continuation into the daily for value gap, that's even better. But yeah, that is the bias for now. Hopefully this long plays out. It's looking really good. Just need like another $800 or so move.
Another Jonesy banger. What's the OR on that so far? Like 8, 9?
The setup was 25. It's up 14 right now.
Casual. Yeah, typical Jonesy play right there. For anyone new to Chroma, wondering how Jonesy trades, that's how he fucking trades. Dude makes someone else's monthly OR in a single trade. Nice catch, by the way. Really nice looking trade. Let's see if it hits TP. Osbra, I see you in the chat. You're up next. What are you looking at right now? What's your bias on BTC? How are you feeling about the market?
Yeah, let me share my screen quickly. All right. Basically, I think as long you might have noticed, guys, but if we go, yeah, this was OM, but we'll go back to it later. But you probably noticed BTC is stuck in a range for now. If we talk about LTF, so it's stuck between 116.5 and 119K. So if you want, this is ideal to capitalize and do intraday trading. You just have, it's a bit more complex than that, obviously, but you can capitalize on the range environment, longing the extremity and obviously shorting the other extremity. And I think as long as we manage to hold that 117, we're good to go for a new all-time high. We discussed a little bit before the roundtable kicks in with Jay, and I do agree. I think we see a new high before we revisit sub 115K. So that's my take for BTC. I remain bullish for now. There is no reason to freak out. I mean, this is like noise for now. Just noise. It's a consolidation before the big movement. So until we break one side or another, I think it just noise, and there is no reason to say, oh, I am bearish. It's going to go to new, like to 110 or whatever, or it's going to all-time high. It's like it's stupid to be a bear. But why am I leaning bullish though? Simply because we're still in an uptrend. That's it. We're still in an uptrend, and I don't want to be the guy trying to go against the trend. That's it. That's the only reason why. Obviously, I'm not saying it's stupid to short. Like you can scalp, you can do intraday. Everything is valid, but overall, for me, the main trend remains an uptrend. So I'm quite confident we see some more upside. Also, the FOMC is priced in. We know that Powell isn't going to announce rate cuts next week. It would only be a surprise if he says they decided to cut rates, and that would be bullish short term. So yeah, that's my take on BTC. I don't know if you want to give the the mic to someone else before we talk about ETH.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can do that. I think we'll come around to alts once we've kind of looked through BTC and kind of like broader market perspective. I see you in the chat as well, Jay. Tell us about what you're looking at the moment, how you feel about BTC, how you feel about the market.
I'm dying inside because I got stopped on NY. That's it. Bias is the same. We're bouncing off BOC, reclaimed Val, just all the same. We're leaving week lows, which is good for later. But yeah, this is the trade I was in. The bias maintains. I just unfortunately got stopped. I'll probably try to catch it onwards. When we reclaim, like, I'd take 120s to 125s. I think it's doable. And then we crumble to Q4. But I'm hyped for Q4.
We crumble in Q4, is that what you're saying?
No, we crumble for Q4. Like we start Q4 in September, right? So we got time.
We start Q4
We got time to
September.
dance. Well, yeah, Q4 is what? August? September?
You've named a few months there. I believe October is the correct answer, yes.
Oh, well. from September onwards is where I got bullish. It's normally the best months.
Ballpark. It's that direction.
Yeah, it's ballpark. From September onwards, I think we get more movement. I'm still looking for higher. I think alts look very good, but we can talk later.
You
after
think we
that-
might get
after
something
everything.
like a PO3? So like this is the initial consolidation, then
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
manipulation lower in September, October, and then Santa rally November, December, January, something like that.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
that
looking
idea.
at that at the moment. Looking at September, October, we do something here.
How low do you
And it's
think?
midterms, right?
Sure. How low do you think that manipulation goes? Because I think that's something a lot of people are wondering. Like, do we ever get that kind of a deep retest? Do we retest previous range high?
No.
Do we?
150, 111. Like, I'd bid this. I'd bid this to 150. Like a degenerate.
Ali says 160 to 180K. 110K is the low for 2025.
I like it. 110, yeah. Around this. It's volume, right? I think if we probably pull a range, it's like the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
POC. We got a big pocket here. Maybe we come down and grab this, which wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Just like the deep Bitcoin wick. But yeah, kind of what I'm looking for the rest of the year is this. I'm very bullish on alts. Very bullish on alts. I don't think we've started.
Well, I mean, if dominance
you're very bullish on
continues.
Sol?
Sorry?
I
Was
don't
that,
know.
was that Osbra?
You mean you're very bullish on Solana?
I'm bullish on all alts, bro. I nailed this. I called this in January. Right? We broke structure. Now we do some bullshit. Then we dance for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think if dominance continues to pull back, I mean, lots of guys, myself included, were looking for a higher top on dominance, and I actually thought we would push up to more like 69-70% as we saw in 2017 and 2021 before those
Kind of my
rallies.
box. This was kind
Yeah.
of the box. It
That
was
makes
just
sense.
one level was there, ICT bullshit. I was like, maybe it works, and it did.
The one thing I will say is that the current drop that we've got is no different from the drop that we saw in November, and you'll see how that finished. So I don't know. I think we need to see more from dominance in order for me to think that capital rotation into higher beta plays has actually
Mhm.
started in a proper way. Because lots of guys are saying it's alt season now, and I'm like,
Oh, no. They'll scare us
Motherfucker.
first. They'll scare us first. Something before that.
I think people forget how crazy shit got in 2021. Like there was like random dog shit coins that were doing like when you open your TradingView watch list today and you see like plus 20%, you're like, whoa, what the hell? What is this thing? It's pumped 20%, 30%. Oh my god, that's crazy.
On a day.
Yeah, 2021, you would open your watch list, everything would be plus 50%. Some shit would be like plus 200%, and that was going on for weeks. Like there was like dog shit that would do
Remember
it.
Mana and Sand?
This market was insane.
Remember Matic? Remember Storage?
Yeah,
Remember
Matic. Ada
This
Cardano,
candle?
they ran to $3.
yeah,
I'm
fucking
traumatized by this
remember
candle.
Mana and Sand? Remember like even like fucking
Yeah, Mana and
Solana? Remember Luna? Like just all these
AXS, bro. AXS.
Filecoin, man. So many crazy coins doing random fucking
VeChain.
bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. Those are
The
the days.
OGs, man. The OGs.
That's amazing.
To have a best to have a great performance. And I was checking also Ethereum versus Bitcoin, and I think we can have a good uptrend. I do not agree with Osbra. I think we can have a all-time high on Ethereum. Depends of different macroeconomic data,
I said
but
this
I
year.
think we add the worst case. We had different things that just happened this year, and even at the end of the year, we can have a good run. I think we can go lower, 3K first, and then target 5K, because we already had a big run on Bitcoin, and if institutional continue to have good inflow on it, to have staking on it, also to have this kind of product, it can be very interesting. And I really think DeFi was just forget by everyone. But when you connect with the ecosystem, you see that they are keep building. There are always good product and always for sure bad product. But I think we can have very good performance overall. Take care because some token will go very low when the market will return. But for sure, we'll add Maker, Aave, and Hyperliquid to my spot portfolio. This is for me. Thanks.
Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I like that. I think that a lot of us are kind of thinking the same way, which maybe worries me. Does anyone have any opposite opinions? Are there any, I suppose, and this goes out to everyone in this discussion, is there anyone who has a more of a bearish view going into the remainder of Q3 and Q4? Does anyone think that, let's say, the top is either in or close? Is there anyone who doesn't think that we're going to get a run into the next part of the cycle or into the next part of the year? I'd be very curious to hear if you guys feel that way or think that way. Please let us know in the chat. Let me flick back to Jonesy for the moment. Jonesy, if you're still here, I'm wondering what's your take on alts as we enter the next part of the cycle, as we enter the remainder of Q3 and Q4?
Yeah, I mean, so I think it's very kind of dependent on what BTC wants to do in the coming like week or so. I think if BTC can kind of just range, but without any sort of major moves the other way, I think you're going to start to see alts start to pop off. Obviously, I have my play with mana; it's been holding up nicely. The only thing that does concern me is if we did see like a flush on BTC down into the daily FEG and alts kind of get like a nasty wick, and then you see BTC dominance kind of reverse up, BTC makes a run, and then we see eventually like a prolonged start later towards probably like maybe like end of August with alts actually really starting to run. But I don't know. My timeline is that like I think they kind of need to start going now, or it's in that scenario where we see a similar situation to what we saw in November, where it was like a couple weeks where they ran and then it kind of reversed. So I'm cautious with that, but I think overall, if we're going to run, it's going to be within the next couple of weeks on altcoins.
Talk us through that mana long, because it's an interesting coin to me, one that I wouldn't necessarily be looking at just because in my head, like it's Decentraland, right? It's it's the same as Sand. It's, I can't even remember what the name for that sector of crypto is. It's
so
yeah, go on.
Yeah. Well, the thing that you interested me right now is that you brought up this long and like how you wouldn't have thought of it. There was a activity we did during charting class yesterday that I think is kind of interesting to highlight and look at on a lot of these coins. So Follis, give me one altcoin that you're either interested in or just an altcoin in general with maybe like 2+ years of data.
Oh, Chainlink.
All right. So we were doing this yesterday with a bunch of different coins, but and then I have an indicator for basically your imbalances. We threw it in chat if you look back in voice chat from yesterday. But basically what we were looking at was, I think I just need to turn on show. No, not delete. Okay. So if we look on this chart, you can see a bunch of these little gray boxes that are filled. Besides, like down here, there's the one that got like wicked into but not fully filled. These are all fair value gaps that formed on the monthly that got filled, right? So same sort of idea with kind of what I'm looking for on altcoins is a lot of them that have imbalances to the upside on monthly fair value gaps, right? So this one got tapped into, but this one's fully unmitigated. Same sort of thing with like OP, which I missed an entry on, but like this thing's run quite a bit already, almost up to 80 cents. There's actually two imbalances above on here, which like I definitely think you'll get the first, if not both. So what I think is if you're looking for upside on alts, even like older dyno coins or coins that you wouldn't normally trade, like LTC, right? Giant monthly fair value gap above, like those are great high time frame liquidity draws. And I think if you find ones with really good R to R in terms of percent gains, like those are like the most ideal ones to play. So for me with mana, like OP was a really nice one initially, but it would only be probably like a couple. I mean, it's still like a really nice gain. I think I was like for entry around here. Yeah, it would be like a 70% move, which is huge. But once I like kind of revisited this chart after a long time. I was like, wait a minute, like if we get a move up to this one, which is totally unfilled from like here, it's like a 400% move. So like I bought like 100K shares of it or whatever. Kind of aped in on the flip of the daily 200 EMA. I had spotted this harmonic. So this is a shark where I saw the EMA trend had flipped. We had turned the 200 EMA into support after kind of dancing around it here. And then my invalidation was right below the true weekly, true monthly level. It's just true monthly open for June or July now because true weekly is at a different level up here for this week. And then as I looked further, I saw the high time frame 1.13 shark with the 3 drives to the PCZ, backtesting like these key ice lines that date all the way back from basically 2022 and 2024, like lows that we had set there. Yeah, I think this thing just looks primed. Like my target's basically before the initial high back in 2021 when we came down in range, and then you had like 100, 200, not 200, I think it was like 100 to 150% like candles in a day on this thing. It went absolutely insane for like a couple days. I remember blowing up my account and trying to short it, but I think this time, once we start seeing the move above this ice line here at like 37 cents, like it should move nicely up to 61, and then like the rest again, like if we just draw higher to these bigger imbalances, like I think they do fill. Like historically, they have on other altcoins, so I think it's a good way to kind of strategize some swing plays for the rest of the cycle.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it. Really interesting thesis. Definitely not something I was looking at. I just figured out, or the chat just told me that yeah, it's the metaverse narrative, which I thought was dead and buried. I remember when coins like Mana and Sand went like fucking, I can't even remember how much it was, like 3,000% off the lows or whatever in 2021, because everyone was excited about the metaverse and owning property, virtual property in the crypto metaverse. And yeah, that's kind of gone the way of NFTs now. But I suppose, as with many things in the bull market, NFTs included, people kind of get excited about them when prices everywhere are up only, right? It's kind of that thing where the best narrative is positive price action. Ape. But even stuff like Dude and yeah, exactly. It's like coins that no one really thinks of when market is shitty. Somehow tend to get legs when the market is not. I wonder, Vazzy, did you sort out your mic?
Yes, I did. Hi, everyone.
Hey, welcome to the server. Welcome to the
Hello.
team. So yeah, super interested to get your take on the things. Maybe you can walk us through. Are there any hot takes you have on the market, or what are you looking at right now? And it can be BTC, ETH, or anything else.
Let me try to share my screen. Wait, share this window. Just a second. Do you see the trading view?
No, you're sharing Discord.
No. Okay, stop sharing. Damn. Let me. Okay, share this window. Yeah, it should be fine now. Right? You can see?
Yeah, looks good.
So basically, I would want to have some correction. I'm not calling for like bear market or something, but just if we look at the charts daily, I think most of them look a bit cooked. Let me turn off everything. So even if we look at the SP 500, like US market, it has already like bearish divergence. Usually it takes some time to like finally break this bullish structure into bearish. So I'm expecting some sell off like 2 to 5% approximately. And meanwhile, like Bitcoin looks super strong. Regarding Bitcoin, it's always like a different story. It can just go sideways, just chop around from one level to another level, like do some, I don't know, 4% here, 4% there, and of course it can completely differently affect altcoins. Most important is to look what is Bitcoin dominance doing if we're trading altcoins, because in case Bitcoin dominance will give this crazy push up, and meanwhile Bitcoin itself will again reject from some of these highs and will try to retest some effigies here, and it has a lot of like areas to fill, like $113,000, $111,000, and of course this can affect altcoins significantly, because we all know, like during this situation in May, when Bitcoin dominance was only going up, and Bitcoin also sometimes it was going higher, sometimes it was just dumping in the same day. Altcoins were doing like very bad. As example, we can take I don't know. This is what was happening during the June. This is what was happening during the May. So only Aave could give us like 15% of the move down. So I would want to have something similar, like either 15 or 20% approximately. Worst case, of course, in case something like really bad happens, like we never know, we should be always prepared to everything. Let's say Bitcoin will decide to have a deeper pullback. Then of course we can expect not like 15% of the move down on altcoins, but maybe 40%, but it's the worst case. Currently, I would want to see at least 15%, because like we had only uptrend without any proper correction, and I think it's not a healthy price action if the price only goes up without giving any like waves, like one wave up, another wave down, like another wave up. So here, I'm not a Elliott trader, but something like this could be nice to see, some not deep correction, and then again higher. Of course, during this nuke, people can be scared, can be liquidated, and so on. And then they will be scared to long, but I think this will be another like good area to try to long your altcoins or buy spot. So this is what I was writing today in my corner. So if you were like buying spot here or here, and you're in a good profits, then you can book some, to just buy more when the market will give us better prices. And regarding Ethereum, it's really tricky right now. Ethereum is super strong. Of course, I was expecting it to come to this zones, like $4,000, but we can see that currently it's let me just turn off everything. Like here it has FAG, and currently it's struggling to break, and on a daily, even regarding RSI, it's too like overbought, and I would want to see some light correction towards to, I think here I have my first target of 3,400. Then like another like good area is 3,200 approximately, and then continue its bullish trend. But currently I close my long because it looks tricky. I don't know if if we go to 8 hour, it looks like it could just break this my entry level and go finally to these levels, which I was waiting for. If it will come and again reject, then I will try to short from here. So yeah, overall, I'm more like short term, I'm more bearish, I would say, rather than like super bullish here, because we already pumped so much.
Right, exactly. So you're basically looking for a pullback to
Yes,
to cool things off, and then you're looking to get long
Yeah.
again. Yeah, I could totally see that. What altcoins are you looking at specifically if we get a dip here? Let's say we get what you're looking for. We get a 10, 15, 20% pullback across the board. What are the altcoins you're looking at?
Okay, Aave looks good, like high time. Let me open monthly hour, for example, 3 monthly. Aave looks also good. Like we could see this crazy pump on the 3 monthly time frame, and of course I would want to see it much higher. And then what else? This coin, like there are actually a lot of coins. I don't have any like favorite one. Like I will tell you the ones that I checked today. Fartcoin is also super strong. I think this one is just must have. And I would not be surprised to see it soon, like at around $2.6. And then hype, of course, hype is hyping. Sol is strong. I think most of these coins, they were already discussed. Then why? WIF, I was checking. WIF looks really interesting. Could give like upcoming months probably like $3, $2.5, $3 easily. And then I was checking some other coins like CRV. CRV looks really good. I was giving this call like to buy at around $0.5, and now we need to see this breakout. Once it does a breakout, it can go easily to like $2.5, $3, and maybe higher. Like we never know. Like we could see what Sol did, so we never know what can do CRV, but yeah, it has a good potential to go much higher. So yes, there are a lot of coins, actually.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's almost part of the problem sometimes is trying to figure out which coins you should be paying attention to and which ones you should be
Yeah,
ignoring. And I guess that's
exactly.
part of being a good crypto trader is kind of figuring that out. That's awesome. Thanks so much for that input. I wonder, does anyone else have any takes on altcoins or any alts that you guys are looking at in particular? While we're kind of waiting for that, I'm just going to share my screen and we can look at my BTC dominance chart. This is just basically tapping into what people said before. This is obviously kind of memey. Don't read too much into this, but I've noticed that this daily EMA 200, which is drawn on the chart here, has been acting as like effectively the BTC dominance support band the whole way up. You even see like back in like I think it's like the start of 2024 where we retested it, and November last year, December, where we also like broke below it, but then reclaimed it. This has kind of acted as the thing keeping us from an alt season, if that makes any sense. So it's just interesting to see us break below it now. I guess the point or the reason that I'm drawing your attention to this is that like if this is actually a breakdown, then retests of that dynamic level, that dynamic support resistance level, should realistically be rejected from. I don't think you want to see us reclaim that. In fact, I would go so far as to say that if we see a reclaim like we did here, then we probably just push higher into the remainder of the year. As I've mentioned a few times before, BTC dominance is a chart that I don't think there's a clear answer to this, but in my opinion, you shouldn't be applying liquidity concepts to BTC dominance because that is not the driving force behind the chart. The driving force behind BTC dominance is obviously charts like BTC USDT and BTC USD in conjunction with a handful of altcoins. The thing that isn't moving BTC dominance is the ticker itself, even though that can be directly traded. So when guys talk about, oh, we need to see this level swept and then liquidity, and that's not really how liquidity works. So in my opinion, you can apply things like structure, which is why moving averages work. You can apply things like structural highs and lows. That's completely fine. You can apply things like imbalances because they represent things outside the chart. What you can't really apply is liquidity. So I don't know, it's a little bit tricky. Maybe that's something that I'll post about in more detail, although I've spoken about it a number of times before. But yeah, in my opinion, you shouldn't be looking at liquidity concepts when trading BTC dominance. It's not really a chart that does that. Just coming up on the hour mark now. I see Monk says it's the first time since 2022 that we've reached a new peak in Google Trends. Retail investors are showing interest in ETH. Interesting. I heard something recently, Monk, and I don't know, do you agree with this or not? Which is that people are, or rather, Google Trends and Google Trend Analytics are decreasingly useful because people are now using AI, or people are avoiding Google searches for search terms like crypto and BTC. I don't know, that sounds like copium to me, but people were saying that was one of the reasons why why
Yeah, that's right.
search analytics are so low for crypto at the moment.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, to be honest, I just forget when I post my message, but yeah, even me, I don't use Google anymore. So I think everyone is just using GPT and AI tools. So it's maybe useless, but it's always good to have an eye on it and to see if people are checking some news about altcoins and crypto. Because I don't know if people are really using AI or ChatGPT to have some news on crypto. Because we can do a lot of things with AI, but when we want to have some news or some analysis, we go to X or Google. I don't know, but always interesting to have an eye on it. So yeah, I see Quen that said something. Yeah, true. Couple days ago, the Google search amount of altcoins were at the highest point since 4 years or something, or maybe less years. But I got your point. And when BTC remain at the same level, investor and retail will be looking around. Yeah, I will check for altcoins. So it's a good point, Cohen. A good point.
I wonder, is anyone looking at the pump chart? I feel like I'm the only idiot who's been trying to apply technical analysis to this extraction event. I don't even want to call it a coin. It's just a mass extraction event. You guys saw I posted my chart earlier which had I don't have it on this chart, but it had Elon's tweet, which was like right here, where he said we're going. I don't know. Can I say it? Is it bad? He said we're going Jew mode. And since then, price is down minus 46%. And yeah, I posted this. You can't wait. Yeah, I posted this chart a couple of days ago. I said if we reclaim range lows here, then maybe we look good for a move back towards range highs, or even mid range would be pretty good. But Jesus Christ, we did not get that. I woke up to see this dump overnight. I don't know. Looks terrible to me. I think my thesis in my channel kind of stands, which is that it's probably one of those coins where it just needs to die, and people need to forget about it. And then once all the sellers are effectively, once the coin has ran out of sellers, and once the ICO guys have all capitulated, then maybe then you see some upside or even just some relief into the end of the year. But yeah, what a tragedy of a coin. Like it really had everything going for it, and yeah, launching in these market conditions with that ticker, it just feels like they had everything ready for them to pump. Let me see if I can find that tweet. Oh yeah, here it is. I mean, that's a wild tweet. It's a wild tweet to post at all-time highs, basically, or close to all-time high for the coin. Yeesh. You lost 1K long in a week ago, yeah. I mean, it is, yeah. I think, but that's the thing. I think a lot of guys now are just saying that they're never going to touch it. I know guys who've lost like over $1 million, 7 figures of their net worth trying to long this thing. Absolute Ponzi scheme. Does anyone have any other tickers that they'd like us to look at before we kind of sign off for the day? I'm looking around here at my watch list. I really like Grass, coin that I looked at on stream a couple of times this year. I know Scylla has been trading it. Tia, this is another coin. I might post these charts in my channel later. These are all charts we ran through on stream yesterday. Firecoin, obviously, we've covered. Looks really good. XRP, here you go, Scapula. This is for you. This is what I think is likely to happen. For reference, I think this is less likely, but I think that we get something like this. Something like this. We create value here, and manipulation followed by expansion. You'll be pleased to see that one. Floki, Ina, dude, this is just a wild chart. This is like one of those charts where I just feel like it's gonna send. I feel like it's gonna send in a big way. This is one of those Purdue charts. Unless anyone has any other tickers, I think we're going to Mog. Sue, I think we're gonna call it there. Yeah. I mean, I'll post some of these in the chat. I think my personal take on the market right now. Let me just share my BTC chart if I could find it. Yeah, this one here. This is something that I've been saying for a while, which is that I just think we're gonna get a range here, and I don't think that'll be a bad thing at all. Personally, I think that if we kind of get this price action into July and August, I feel like that'll give some really clean opportunities to trade both sides. Range bound PA is kind of my bread and butter. Very simple rules, very straightforward invalidations. But I would love to see something like that. I think that would give some really clean price action, as well as allowing for some nice capital rotation. The fact that Ethereum is trading at, what is it now, 3.7K, XRP trading at all-time high, Solana trading above $200. These are all things that indicate to me that there is an appetite in the market for altcoins. And that appetite should result, once money, we're already seeing money rotate out of BTC, right? That's the first part. You guys know that altcoin, the capital rotation thing. Is it capital rotation in crypto? Capital rotation crypto. Let me see if I can find the is that it? Oh, this is the one. The famous path to alt season chart, right? So you get this, right? Money in Bitcoin. Money in Bitcoin to begin with. Bitcoin goes to new highs. Money rotates as guys TP their positions, and that money goes into Ethereum. Ethereum goes to new highs, and we see large caps. So these large caps, that includes XRP, that includes Sol, that includes coins like Link, and basically anything else in the top 20 to 30. And then that's kind of after that, then that's when you should get your alt season, which is, money rotating into the total 2 chart, which is total crypto market cap minus ETH and BTC, and also charts like others, which is the total crypto market cap minus the top 10. Can someone confirm that? I think it's minus the top 10 by market cap. So yeah, it's interesting because actually I think that if I had to guess where we are right now, it's kind of looking like we're here, which is like super exciting, because for a long time I was thinking that this path to alt season chart was not really applicable this cycle, because we were getting ETF flows where money was going into BTC and then back out to cash, and then maybe into BTC again and then out to cash again, with nothing really trickling down into the ecosystem, which is kind of how ETFs work, right? There isn't boomers making money on their ETF on their ETF shares aren't necessarily buying Fartcoin with those profits in the same way that crypto natives might. So yeah, it's really interesting to me to look at this chart and kind of guess where we are now. I mean, there's a very real possibility that we're here, which is, let's say kind of partway between money flowing into ETH, money flowing into all caps, in which case, maybe the best is yet to come. And when I say the best is yet to come, I mean kind of the last part, the final sprint where money starts rotating into alts and the rotations kind of go a bit crazy, and words like parabolic start getting thrown around. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I think we're going to call it there. Thank you very much to everyone who joined today. These conversations are always a lot of fun. As always, if you have any feedback on these discussions, please let us know. And if you have any questions following on from what we've discussed today, feel free to tag one of us in the chat. But for now, we're going to sign off. Thank you very much to Jonesy, Osbra, Vazzy, Monk, Jay, guys like Tim in the chat. We saw guys like Scaplet, lots of active members in the chat with some good questions. Just rewinding here. Yeah, Cohen with some good input there. So yeah, and everyone else who contributed today. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. These discussions are always fun, and also, as always, we will be running them. We're running the next one again next week. So thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you in the chats. All right, take it easy, boys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye,
Thanks.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Take care. Bye.